When most people hear the word framing, they probably think about picture frames and how they want to put a specific picture in that said frame. But today we're talking about framing in the context of visual communications. Framing might be one of the most important aspects to visual communication simply because framing changes how we see images. So we could see an image one way, but seeing it framed another way could change our entire perception of the entire situation. Framing is an often used technique in photography as well that helps the photographer take a very moving and exceptional image. One way we frame on a regular basis is through cropping, and a lot of us do that through Instagram. But the thing is, cropping can be very deceptive. We can make things appear differently just by the way we crop the image. For example, here we have an image of a rainforest which is experiencing deforestation, as you can see at the top of the image. But through a few simple cropping tricks, we can make this image of deforestation appear to show a very healthy rainforest that has never experienced a problem of deforestation. It's impossible to know about framing without knowing about reframing, which can change entirely how we look at an image just by changing how the image is presented. For this we can use landmarks, the pyramids of Giza for instance. In this image they look majestic. You hardly can even tell where they are. Ancient Egypt, perhaps. But when you look at it from this angle, from this frame, it takes away the majesty. The city surrounding it reminds you that this isn't ancient Egypt. This is modern Egypt, and it's different than what we're presented with. Or take, for instance, Niagara Falls. Look at this picture. It's splendor. It's amazing. You would want to be there, but when you look at it from this frame, from this angle, you're drawn to the casino on the right, and you're reminded that Niagara Falls is surrounded by civilization, surrounded by casinos, and it really detracts from what you thought you were seeing. Everyone knows the Mona Lisa, but if you went to the Louvre in Paris to go see it, well, this is what you'd see instead, unless, of course, you wanted to wait to get close. It would be a completely different way of seeing the Mona Lisa, because you see all the people also seeing it at the same time. Ultimately, though, framing is done at the level of production or encoding, so really it's the creator's way of how they want you to see the image. Of course, the viewer can reframe the image to mean whatever they want. Let's take this image of Donald Trump. The way the producer framed it was probably to make him look presidential. However, a viewer may frame it in their mind with the two thumbs up, perhaps, to say he looks silly. It's all the way of how we look at it, and it can change from person to person. Framing is all around us, and ultimately it shapes how we see the world, making it very important in visual communication.